the heck is going on? Players being banned for over a year? Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Stay tuned and find out what the f is going on. How's it going, guys? Unfortunately, I do not come bearing good news. Players all over NA server are being banned after last night's incident with the Monster Hunter event. Just to cover my own, myself, I will have to inform you that these are my own thoughts. All the screenshots were provided by an unnamed source, and I do not give legal counsel, nor shall you use this video as any sort of legal advice. With that said, this is what's going on. So last night at midnight, there was a Monster Hunter event uploaded, and whatever. And as you see on the top right, attacking may give these rewards right here, and then killing will give these rewards right here. Just to look at them. Here's the dragon scales, dragon tooth, the crystals, and the whistles. And then down below we have the dragon bones and dragon scales as rewards. So basically, if you look at this, is after they had fixed everything, and everything is basically back to normal. But for the level 4 dragon tooth rewards, it was actually it was bugged, or maybe not bugged, but it was a mistake by them or by koramgames, and the level 4 area right here, it actually used to say 1,700 crystals instead of 2. They got the dragon crystals and the teeth mixed up, and just as what any human being is, can happen. Errors can be made. Does that justify what they're doing now? Absolutely not. But as far as how it's being handled, I can't say. But so here's a screenshot provided. You see the 1,700 crystals, and then the next one also 1,700 crystals, or not crystals, dragon teeth. Here's the rewards from receiving these little ones. And as you can see, some people, got hundreds of thousands of dragon teeth through this event. These people, that morning were awoken by this little message from koramgames saying, "We have recovered your illegal dragon tooth from your bag, but you still need to return, 5,826 dragon teeth. Please contact GM within 7 days, otherwise we will ban your account forever." This is ridiculous. Can't emphasize enough the magnitude of this situation, guys. There's players, these players are faced with a dilemma that is, ridiculous in my opinion. In order to unlock the level 4, dragon, they'd have to spend at least $300. And then, to farm it, they'd have to spend even more. koramgames made a mistake, and players benefited from it. I mean, that's plain and simple. Whether knowingly or unknowingly is a different topic in itself. But, now koramgames is enforcing their own kind of martial law, which entails all players who've reached level 4 dragon must give back the dragon teeth or face permanent banning. Or, well, at least until June 16th of 2008, a year from now. Whatever teeth left unused in your bag is already gone, obviously. And now you have to make up the difference between how much you used already. So they would have sent you that message basically stating, hey, you owe us this amount, and if you don't, we're going to permanently ban you. So... how do you get your dragon teeth back? I mean, it's a simple fix if you have the coins to do it. It's not so simple if you don't. It's kind of unfair for them to say, we need everybody to give back the teeth, so you need to break down your heroes. But in doing so, you have to spend your coins that you've been farming for for however long in order to do so. And if you don't have enough coins in order to build your heroes back up after you give us our teeth back, then la-di-da. They aren't offering any sort of compensation in this. So for right now, I'm going to focus on more the positive. For those players that willingly want to give their teeth back, a quick overview of the things that require teeth, that you might be able to get them back, or that you can get them back, and then also where you can't get them back. So if we go in and look at your setup, I'm going to show you how you can't first. If you go to your protection, obviously if you've maxed out any of these stats, which I don't believe I have any maxed out right at this very moment. Oh, well, I have a stat maxed out, but not the percentage at the bottom isn't maxed out, and none of them are close enough to actually get to it. But if you had maxed any of these out, you would have to spend dragon teeth in order to break through the darkness level or the light level in order to continue on upgrading their stats. To my knowledge, once you max on it, you can you can edit the actual stats. So like say on this one, if I maxed it out and I could actually take my 148 crit back, if I didn't want it on this one, and I could apply it to a different spot if I wanted to. Unfortunately, this doesn't give you your teeth back, at least not to my knowledge that it does. If anybody else has proof otherwise, I would certainly like to see it, so that way we can republish this video with it. But the only ways that you can actually get your teeth back is basically from your goddesses and from your heroes themselves. So as you've seen in other videos that I've done, I'm going to do one of these lower level people, but in order to get all of your stuff back, you're going to need to change out some people real quick, and then basically feed them or get rid of them. So let's do Bella. So we're going to change Bella into Lucifer, and then we're going to go to our egg smash, altar, sacrifice, and then from the sacrifice we got to find that Bella. I've got quite a bit that I need to still feed. Somewhere down here. Okay, so it should be alright. So right here, so as you can see, returns all strengthening materials. So just with one level 100 up to level 100 breakthrough is 700 teeth right there. So basically what you have to do is replace them in your bag, or replace them in their spots that they are, whether they're exo, endo, or deploy. I would suggest using your deploy because he's pretty much useless except for extra DPS in like PvE scenarios. PvE scenarios is where they're most effective. In PvP battles, they're not so much because they die so easily. So, or you can take them away from your extra heroes that you have, as far as your knights. So basically, you would go in here, sacrifice him real quick, like I'm about to do. So boom, we're going to sacrifice this guy. And now he's gone. But if you look in your bag, you should have 700 more dragon teeth than you had before. Now, they haven't exactly explained how they're going to get the teeth back. Overnight, they've basically taken the teeth that were acquired quote-unquote or quote-unquote illegally. So I imagine they'll be able to do the same thing here. They'll be able to just take the dragon teeth that are extra, that are in your bag, to make up for the amounts that you owe them. The only other way is to go to your goddesses, and you'll actually break down your goddess itself. So go to your goddess, go to breakdown, and what this is going to do, or well, he's not upgraded enough. Or maybe it doesn't. I was under the assumption that they took dragon teeth in order to break down or to level up, but it doesn't look like they do. It just takes crystals. So actually, the only way that you can actually get your dragon teeth back is through your heroes, unfortunately, and that, you know, that really puts a sting on, you know, everything that's kind of going on. It's almost ridiculous. The way that this is going to impact the servers isn't exactly known just yet, but you know, the people that had acquired this, you know, that had used this, you know, reward system, because I can't say bug and I can't say glitch and I can't say, you know, they extorted anything, because they didn't do anything that wasn't already portrayed, if that makes sense. So everything that they did technically isn't, you know, quote unquote, and illegal, you know. They basically were rewarded in the way that they, you know, wanted to be, by the way that it was displayed, which was 1,700 gems, or 1,700 dragon teeth for getting to level 4. You know, you know, to anybody's knowledge, that could have been, you know, the actual, you know, reward, and there is no way that anybody could have known that it wasn't. And so it's kind of just in that gray area of, you know, what do we do now, and how do we go about it? So the one way that you can do, that a lot of people are doing, or that I hope a lot of people are doing, are, you know, sacrificing some heroes, getting their dragon teeth back, and then, you know, going back and hoping, or you have to message a GM. So message a GM saying that you have, you know, your dragon teeth are ready to be picked up, I guess. You know, I don't know how to, you know, explain it other than that, but they said to message a GM, and, you know, you'll get your, you won't lose your account in 7 days. Most of the people that did this are all, you know, high VIP. You know, it's not cheap to be. $300 is not, you know, a ridiculous amount of money. But it is a lot of money. So just looking at, you know, the VIP amount, $300 is 18,000 gems. So you would just be under VIP 9. So you'd be VIP 8 going on VIP 9 in order to get, or, you know, 18,000 gems would get you up to almost VIP 9. A lot of players that I've talked to are VIP 12 and above, and this is affecting the game in a very, very bad way, because a lot of these players are extremely mad about this, and what they're doing is basically, you know, they're claiming fraud. They're claiming that the game has ripped them off, and they're going through whatever means necessary in order to get refunded for the amount of money that they've spent in the game. And immediately that's gonna, you know, in 7 days their accounts are gonna be banned. So that means a lot of alliances are gonna be affected. That means the rankings are gonna be affected. That means, you know, people that have partners, when they're banned, they're just gone. So they're no longer your partner anymore, and you'll have to find a new partner. Or, you know, your alliance leader, if he's banned, what's to say, you know, what happens to the alliance? Does it disband? I don't believe so. I believe that the leadership would just go to the next person in line. But, you know, who knows at this point, because up until now we've basically been playing happy-go-lucky Goddess Primal Chaos and not had any real issues like this. So this is the first, hopefully, and last a real issue where it affects a large scale of players, at least on the NA servers. I'm not sure. I don't think any of the other servers received this event, and the way that it's going to affect us is it's going to become barren. You know, a lot of high level players are all VIP. I mean, we can just look honestly, but so we'll start at the top, or it doesn't actually say on this part. But if you look at chat, let's see who's all on. But so we got a VIP 10, 12s, a couple more 10s, some 11s. So people that have spent a lot in game, you know, basically, and a lot of them are going to be affected by this, because if they're all gone, then what do we do, you know? We're going to go to the wilds now, being a level 180 that I am, you know, go into wilds and there's not going to be anybody there anymore, you know? It's just going to be a barren wasteland of boringness, playing by myself, and nobody wants that, you know? It's one thing to be at the top of the leaderboard and you purposely put yourself in that situation, and, you know, you got ahead of the game early enough to do so, but it's another thing to come out here and there is nobody, you know? So, oh man, it's just, it's ridiculous that they can't, you know, I'm not sure, so one other way that I think it could be handled, that would be a lot better, is that koramgames could reset the game to the last update, right? So the last update was on Thursday, and by doing so, everything that happened these last day, basically, right? Because the update was last night, and so everything that happened in these last couple of hours, or, you know, it is 19, almost 2000, so almost 20 hours worth of playtime will be reversed. Let's put it that way. So they could reset it to an earlier version and then re-update it, give everybody their gems back. Everybody would start the event over, and no harm, no foul. You know, they'd probably have to, you know, compensate everybody a couple hundred gems to say sorry for the inconvenience and whatnot for the last 20 hours. But ultimately, that would be a better solution than basically threatening all these players to give the teeth back. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to play anymore, you know? So, you know, put your comments and everything like that down below. Tell me what you think. You know, I'm gonna try to keep up to date with everything that's going on with this, and we're gonna figure out exactly how they're doing this. And I don't believe we'll hear anything from the developers or the GMs until Monday, but I'm not positive about that. I just assume. So put your comments below, and hopefully this all gets taken care of peacefully, and we all just continue playing on. Because, you know, right here on my left hand of your screen and the right hand of your screen is my subscribe, you know, thing, and also a video that you might enjoy as well. You can click on those. I definitely appreciate it. I do spend a lot of time trying to get this info out to everybody. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys hopefully soon.